morning, children. Today let's learn what a sentence is and how many types of sentences we have. Let's see what a sentence is. Sentence is nothing but group of words arranged in a meaningful order which gives you a complete sense. Sense is nothing but meaning. And there are four types of sentences. Declarative, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence and exclamatory sentence. Now let's learn what a declarative sentence is. Declarative sentences are nothing but statements. Declarative sentences are nothing but statements. Statements can be either affirmative or negative. Affirmative, positive or negative. Now let's see a sentence. For example, Rama is learning grammar. Now, when you see this, you have a subject Rama. Who is learning grammar? The word who is answering Rama. The question, when you pose a question, who is learning grammar? The answer what you get is called subject. So here, Rama is subject. Rama, what is Rama doing? Learning grammar. So, Rama is learning grammar. It's a declarative sentence. What kind of sentence it is? Declarative sentence, or you can also call it as a statement. This statement is in affirmation. Affirmation is nothing but positivity. Now, the same sentence can be written in negativity. Rama is not learning grammar. This is negative sentence. The above one, the first one is affirmative, or else you can call it as positive sentence, and the second one is negative sentence. Since we used not, no or not, whenever you find no or not in the sentence, that's called as negative statement. And this is called a statement in which you find a subject, a predicate and object. Now you see here, predicate is nothing but verb. Predicate is nothing but verb. Verb form and then you get object. So this is all object, or you can say complement, whatever it is. So that is a statement. Now statements can be, as I told you, positive or negative. Now here we have a positive statement and a negative statement. Now you observe the statement begins with subject. Subject can be either noun or pronoun. Subject can be either noun or pronoun. Please make a note. And then the sentence ends with a full stop. And whatever the kind of sentence it is, we begin it with a capital letter and we end it with a full stop. Here you might have observed that it began with a subject. And that subject is noun. Name of the person, so it is noun. So, this is called a declarative sentence. Hope you have understood. Now, let's see what is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. An imperative sentence is nothing but there can be 5 forms in it. Let's take number 1. This is wish. Number 2, order. You are just warning someone. In this case, we use this orders. And then the third one is request. Please do something. So this is like a request. And then suggestion. So these are the 4 different forms we get in imperative sentences. Now, that is first, wish, order, request and suggestion. These are the 4 different types you find in imperative sentences. Wish. May you succeed in your studies, or wish you all the best, good luck, good morning, etc. Then order. Stop taking the video. Okay. Listen carefully. Do not play. Then request. Give me a pen, please. Listen carefully, please. Then suggestion. Take rest. You may get well soon. Take medicines regularly. These are some suggestions. Now, these all are called imperative sentences. Now, let's see how they are written. Like when I said stop playing. What did I do? What is that I used? I ended it with a full stop. And I began with yes capital letter, and the stop is, what is the part of speech of this stop? Verb, right, verb. And next if I take wish, may God bless you. Now may is also a verb. Then if I take request, give me a pen please. Give me a pen please. When I use this, give is also verb. Then if I take suggestion, take care of your health. Take care of your health. When I said take care, take is also verb. So have you observed what happened? In imperative sentences, we began every sentence with the verb. Number 1, verb. Number 2, verb. Number 3, here we started with verb. Here, this one too we started with verb. So what did you observe? Imperatives begin with verb and end with a full stop. So this is all about imperative sentences. This also can be positive or negative. Now, stop playing. Do not stop playing. Don't stop playing. Don't stop playing. This don't made this sentence into negative. This affirmative is turned into negative with don't. So, give me a pen. Don't give me a pen. Thus, we change everything into negative also accordingly by adding an auxiliary verb do. Now, let's see what is interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence is nothing but a question. Interrogative sentence is nothing but a question. A question can be a WH question or SR no question. WH or S or no question. WH questions are nothing but the questions which begin with who, what, when, why, where, whom, whose, etc. These are all called as WH question. How? That's why we call them as W or H questions. So we call it as WH questions. So what is SR no question? SR no question is nothing but the question that begins with an auxiliary verb, and the answer can be either S or no. That's why we call them as SR no questions. These SR no questions, as I told you, begin with auxiliary verbs. Chalo, let's go to SR no questions. After finishing WH questions, when we take WH questions, who after we get who is learning, who is is learning grammar. Now, what did you listen? What did you listen? When have you attended the class? When have you attended the class? Now, why do you want to play? Why do you want to play? Thus, where have you gone? Where did you go? Whom do you want? How are you? Etc. These are all WH questions. When you observe carefully, W after you have WH word plus auxiliary verb. WH word plus auxiliary verb. WH word plus auxiliary verb. WH. See, this format is the right format in posing questions. After every WH word, you need an auxiliary verb. Then what are they? What are the helping verbs? Helping verbs are is, am, are. This is a present set. Have, has, present tense. Then is, am, are, past form is was, were. Then have, has, past form is had. These are all auxiliary verbs. Do, does, present form. Did is the past form. So, again you have some other verbs like will, that form has, the past form of it is would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, etc. So these are all called the helping verbs. With these helping verbs, auxiliary verbs or helping verbs, when we frame a question, we call that as a SRO question. For example, if I take a question, is it your class? Have you followed the class? Have you followed the lecture? Have you followed the lecture? Now, these are all auxiliary verbs, and when we begin a sentence with this helping verb, we call it as a SRO question because is it your class? When I answer this question, your answer is either yes or no. That's why we call them as SRO questions. Now the similar is this, and the first letter, as I told you, begins with a capital, and here these questions end with a question mark. Interrogative sentences are nothing but questions, and these questions are two types, WH and SRO, and these, whatever the sentence it is, it begins with a capital letter and ends with a respective type of the sentence. If it is an interrogative, it ends with a question mark. If it is imperative, it ends with full stop. If it is declarative, it ends with a full stop. See, what are exclamatory sentences? Exclamatory sentences are the sentences which express sudden, sharp, and strong emotions. So, when we say sudden, sharp, strong emotions, there are like various things. Suddenly you felt pain. What do you say? Ouch! It's a sudden expression. When you find something so beautiful, you say, wow, what a beautiful tree it is. This is all like your emotions that are sudden, sharp, and as well as strong. Such kind of sentences, such kind of emotions can be expressed in exclamatory sentences. Now, let's see how an exclamatory sentence is written. For example, what an interesting class it is. If I say what an interesting class it is, now here what did I do? I expressed my emotion here. What after you observe? Earlier we used what for double H question. The same what is used here, but after what we got an. An is an adjective. An is an adjective. It is not an auxiliary verb as I told you. So, what after whenever you have some adjective, we call it as an exclamatory sentence. We mention it as an exclamatory sentence. So, what an interesting class it is. The exclamatory mark is a line and a dot below it. That is how we end the exclamatory sentence. Now, secondly, if we write, how stupid you are. Stupid you are. How stupid you are. Now you observe, stupid is also an adjective. If I say, how clever you are. How clever you are. Now, clever is also an adjective. Whenever you have double H word after whenever you have an adjective, that is an exclamatory sentence and it ends with an exclamatory mark. And so here you have some examples. You can have a cross check of all these things. Go through them thoroughly. Make a note of it and learn well. Thank you all.